The closure of Glenn County's only medical emergency room is expected to leave a gap in services. It's hoped a new study will help close that gap. Bird strikes force a plane headed for San Francisco to return to the tarmac in Philadelphia. And we'll show you the life-saving efforts underway in today's Battle of the Badges blood drive in Chico.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
New at noon, Glenn County supervisors and the cities of Willows and Orland are teaming up to study the impact of losing the county's only emergency room. The three entities have agreed to share the cost of a $45,000 study to help come up with solutions to address the gap in services when Glenn Medical Center's emergency room closes next month. For example, ambulances will have to transport patients to Chico, Colusa, or Red Bluff, adding to transport and wait times and the challenges of an already strained emergency response coverage. Once the scope of the study is finalized, it's expected to take 3 to 4 months to complete. Also new at noon, CAL FIRE teaming up with UCLA and UC Davis to launch a major new research effort centered on firefighters' cancer risk. The $9.7 million project will involve 3,500 firefighters from departments across the state over a 2-year period. It will analyze how the elements fire crews are exposed to drive changes in the body that can contribute to their risk of cancer. The goal is to pave the way for new prevention and intervention strategies for firefighters across the nation. This is a live look from the Cohasset Hill Alert California camera. You can see threatening skies as we have a chance of showers in the forecast today. For the very latest, we turn to Court Klopping.
Yeah, that's right, Linda. I am tracking active weather across portions of our region right now, and depending on where you are, that might be a little surprising for you. Now, this is the live look from the Deer Creek Highway camera up Highway 32 just east of Chico, looking west over the valley. And you're seeing some cloud cover overhead, but it's also still pretty bright. And you're seeing a lot of blue breaking through those clouds. Now, that, again, is not the case for everyone. I am tracking pockets of heavy rain and thunderstorm activity rolling across our region. You can see scattered showers draped across most mountain zones. I am tracking some showers across the Shasta County area this morning, and right now the west side of Tehama and Glenn counties getting some showers as well, and we could be seeing conditions more widespread for active weather this afternoon. 72 degrees for Chico right now, 73 degrees in Redding, currently 73 for Red Bluff, and right now 73 degrees for Orville, so not much variety out there. Heading into your Wednesday afternoon, high temperatures mostly ending up in the mid to upper 70s, modest winds, humidity staying higher, fire danger in the low to moderate range. Only reason why moderate's included here is that threat of thunderstorms. Linda, coming up in just a couple of minutes, I'll be breaking down how warm it'll end up in your backyard this afternoon, where more active weather looks likely throughout the day, and how long this chance for wet and active weather is sticking around in your forecasts.
All right, thank you, Court. Redding police say a motorcyclist is hospitalized with major injuries after crashing during a pursuit. It happened just before 6:30 last night. Police say they tried to pull the cyclist over on North Market Street at Benton Drive for a vehicle code violation, but the rider took off. Officers say he crashed into a guardrail near Middle Creek Road and was thrown from the bike. State Parks says the structural assessment of Chico's Bidwell Mansion is now complete. The full report on where things stand after December's arson fire will take about a month to release and will include results of the structural analysis. It will provide guidance on the possible next steps for the mansion. Among other things, experts examine the strength of the historic building's brick and mortar.
We're going to look at the code restrictions and what code would allow as far as a reconstruction on this too, and explore all the opportunities. The walls seem like they're doing somewhat reasonably right now, but it's hard to say if we can use them for a future rebuild. It's pretty hard to say.
Gatto said one thing that would make reconstruction difficult is that the mansion was not up to modern building codes. People who live in Paradise can take advantage of in-house emergency sirens. They are designed to mirror the town sirens that sound when there's possible danger. The in-house sirens will be especially helpful for those with hearing issues. Registration will start this week. The town will pay for up to 900 in-house sirens provided on a first-come, first-served basis.
This is a great little unit. You keep it at your house. It has a 72-hour battery. In the event of an emergency, you could pull it off the wall and get in the car with it and continue to get alerts on it as you were evacuating.
The units plug into outlets and connect to the towers. They also have flashing lights and a screen that shows any messages that accompany the siren. Poland says it shot down Russian drones that entered its airspace headed for Ukraine. The incident marks the first time NATO aircraft engaged potential threats in Allied airspace. A White House official tells CBS News President Trump will speak with Poland's president today. Natalie Brand has details from the White House.
Polish and NATO fighter jets rushed to respond after the country's prime minister said a number of Russian drones violated Poland's airspace. No casualties have been reported, but the government is assessing the damage on the ground. The prime minister says they're likely dealing with a large-scale provocation and prompted Poland's government to invoke Article 4 of the NATO treaty to start emergency talks.
Whether it was intentionally or not, it is absolutely reckless.
NATO's Secretary General Mark Rutte delivered a strong warning to Russia to stop its war on Ukraine and aggression in the region.
Allies are resolved to defend every inch of Allied territory.
This looks like a deliberate attempt by Russia to test NATO's resolve.
Professor Brian Taylor is an expert on the region.
If there is no NATO response, I think we could expect to see these sorts of probes continue on the part of Russia.
The incident comes just a week after President Trump hosted Poland's president here at the White House and suggested the U.S. could increase its troop presence in the country.
We're with Poland all the way, and we will help Poland protect itself.
President Trump Wednesday morning on social media posted, "What's with Russia violating Poland's airspace with drones? Here we go." The U.S. ambassador to NATO said, "We stand by our NATO allies in the face of these airspace violations and will defend every inch of NATO territory." Russia says it did not target Poland. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Last night, before the airspace violation, President Trump was asked when he will next speak with Russian President Vladimir Putin and said he believes this week or next. An American Airlines flight departing Philadelphia International landed back at the airport after striking multiple birds shortly after takeoff. Officials say the flight was headed to San Francisco when the bird strike occurred. An American Airlines spokesperson said the plane landed safely and taxied to the gate under its own power, where customers deplaned normally. Those passengers were being connected with a replacement plane to get to San Francisco, and the plane involved in the bird strike was taken out of service for inspection. A spokesperson said there were no reported injuries. The competition is fierce between Chico police and firefighters in today's Battle of the Badges blood drive. And we'll show you more of that shipping container spill in Long Beach Harbor and tell you what comes next.